Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you love rare coins, hidden treasures, and the fascinating stories behind this currency, then you are in the right place. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon, because we bring you new updates on coins, their values in today's market, and the secrets you won't find anywhere else. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you know that a coin sitting in your pocket right now might be worth a lot more than just $1? Yes, it's true. Especially when we're talking about the 1976 United States Bicentennial $1 coin, a coin that carries both history and hidden value. And in today's special, we are going deep. This isn't just a short clip or a quick explanation. This is a full 90-minute journey where we'll explore everything: the history, the design, the varieties, the minting eras, and of course, how much this coin is worth in today's market. So stay with me till the end, because by the time you finish this video, you will not only know the value of this no mint mark coin in fine condition, but you'll also understand its place in American history. Let's begin. Our story begins not in 1976, but actually a few years earlier, in 1971. That was the year the Eisenhower dollar was first minted. The United States wanted to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th president of the country, who had passed away in 1969. Eisenhower was a World War II hero and a respected leader, so the nation decided to put his face on the new dollar coin. But here's the twist. Most Americans didn't really use dollar coins in daily life. They were big, heavy, and not as convenient as paper money. Still, the coin had a purpose. It was both a circulating coin and a collector's item. Now, when 1976 was approaching, the United States was preparing to celebrate its 200th birthday. This was a massive event across the entire country. The government wanted something special to mark the occasion. So, the Mint decided to give the Eisenhower dollar a brand new reverse design to celebrate America's 2 centuries of independence. The front of the coin, or the obverse, kept Eisenhower's portrait, but the reverse changed into something symbolic and powerful: the Liberty Bell, superimposed over the moon. This design connected America's revolutionary past with its modern achievements in space exploration, and here's where things get interesting for collectors. These 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower dollars were minted in huge numbers, but their value today depends heavily on small details, such as mint marks, conditions, and errors. The coin without a mint mark, meaning it came from the Philadelphia Mint, is the one we are focusing on today. In fine condition, it may not seem very rare, but wait till you hear about the varieties and errors that make some of them worth far more than face value. So, in short, the 17761976 Eisenhower dollar was born out of both history and celebration, honoring a great president, marking 200 years of freedom, and showing off America's progress as a nation. And that's why this coin is not just money, it's a story struck in metal. Asterisk. Now that we know how the Eisenhower dollar came into existence, let's take a closer look at its design. Because in coin collecting, the design is not just artwork, it's a story, a message, and often the key to understanding why a coin becomes iconic. On the obverse side, or the front of the coin, you'll see a portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower. The portrait was designed by Frank Guest, who was the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Eisenhower's face is bold and strong, representing not just his role as president, but also his leadership as a 5-star general during World War II. Above the portrait, you'll find the word Liberty, and just below, the motto, "In God We Trust." Under Eisenhower's neck, you'll see the dual date, 1776 to 1976, marking the bicentennial celebration. But the real magic of this coin lies in the reverse side, the back of the coin. Instead of the usual eagle landing on the moon, which was featured on regular Eisenhower dollars, the Bicentennial edition has something completely different. It shows the Liberty Bell, one of the most famous symbols of American freedom, superimposed over the surface of the moon. This combination is brilliant. The Liberty Bell connects us to America's fight for independence. Back in 1776, the crack in the bell is clearly visible, reminding us of the struggles and imperfections in America's journey to freedom. At the same time, the moon represents America's achievements in space. The Apollo missions had recently landed men on the moon just a few years earlier in 1969. Above the Liberty Bell, you'll see the words United States of America. Below it, you'll find $1. And of course, the traditional motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many. One is inscribed on the coin as well. So what does this design mean for collectors? Well, it means that every bicentennial Eisenhower dollar carries a piece of American history. It's not just a coin. It's a symbol of the past, the present, and the future. The past is represented by the Liberty Bell, the present by Eisenhower's portrait, and the future by the moon. For people who lived through 1976, this coin was more than just money. It was a keepsake, a reminder of the bicentennial celebrations, parades, and fireworks. And for us today, the design is what makes the coin instantly recognizable and a must-have for any serious coin collection. Now, while the design is powerful and meaningful, collectors also pay attention to the tiny details like mint marks. And that brings us to the next part of our journey, understanding where these coins were minted and why a missing mint mark matters so much. Alright, coin lovers, now let's talk about something that separates an ordinary bicentennial dollar from a truly valuable one: mint marks and varieties. First, what exactly is a mint mark? A mint mark is a small letter on a coin that tells us where it was made. In the case of the 1776 to 1976 Eisenhower dollar, there are three main possibilities. No mint mark. If you don't see any letter above the date, it means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. Philadelphia coins from this period were the most common, because that mint was producing millions of coins for circulation. Our focus today is exactly on this version, the Philadelphia no mint mark coin in fine condition. D. Mint mark. If you see a small D, the coin was minted in Denver. Denver coins were also made in large numbers, but collectors often like to compare the quality and strike between Denver and Philadelphia coins. S. Mint mark. Now this is where things get interesting. The S mark means the coin was made at the San Francisco Mint. But not just any coins. San Francisco struck special proof coins and 40% silver collector versions. These are the coins that can be worth significantly more than their face value, especially in pristine condition. Now, let's talk about varieties. Varieties are slight changes in design or production that make some coins stand out. For example, on some bicentennial Eisenhower dollars, the details of the Liberty Bell are sharper, while on others they look softer. Specialists sometimes divide them into Type 1 and Type 2 reverses. Type 1, reversed 1975 issue. Thicker lettering, especially in the words United States of America. Type 2 reverse 1976 issue. Thinner, more refined lettering, which most collectors prefer. This difference may seem small, but trust me, serious collectors care a lot about these details. A Type 2 proof coin, for example, can be worth much more than a Type 1 proof coin. And then there are mint errors mistakes that happen during the production of the coin. These include double die errors, where parts of the design appear doubled. Off-center strikes, where the coin's image is not perfectly aligned. Planchette errors, where the blank piece of metal was flawed before striking. Some of these errors can turn an ordinary bicentennial dollar into a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Imagine finding a coin with a double-struck Liberty Bell. It could sell for far more than the average collector's piece. But for the everyday collector, the most common version is the Philadelphia no mint mark coin, usually found in circulated condition. These coins are generally worth just a little over face value in fine condition, but their real worth lies in the story they tell and the nostalgia they carry from America's bicentennial year. So, to sum up this chapter, no mint mark equals Philadelphia, D equals Denver, S equals San Francisco. With proof and silver issues. Type 1 and Type 2 reverses add variety. Errors can create incredible value, and that, my friends, is why checking for mint marks and varieties is the first step any coin collector takes when they hold a bicentennial Eisenhower dollar in their hand. Next, we'll step into the bigger picture, the bicentennial spirit of 1976 itself, and why this coin became such a cultural icon during that unforgettable celebration of America's 200th birthday.